Welcome back, friends. Zach here, full-time reseller, standing outside of one of my local post offices, getting ready to do my little trolling run and try to find anything I can buy to resell online for profit. So I'm gonna take you along, share with you how I do this thing. First garage sale of the day, kicking it off. I got this Carhartt hat for 25 cents. I bundled these 3 Stanley cups, got them all 3 for $5. Got these North Face women's boots that I'll put in my winter death pile for $7. Got this Patty quarter zip for 25 cents. Some Empire skateboard jeans for 25 cents. And a Coach purse or wallet for $3. Pretty good start to the day. And also some little push-up handles for myself for $1. So great start to the day. I picked up all of these items for $16.75. Some great brands in here. A couple things to keep for myself. And all in all, the power of bundling a deal is where I always do my best when I'm yard selling, garage selling. So don't be afraid to barter, dicker, or try to make an offer. All right, first stop was pretty good. Gonna make my way down the road, see what I can find at the second stop. I got both these for $1 a piece. All right, 6 pairs of Lucky jeans, 2 pair of Quicksilver swimming trunks, $8. All right, 2 stops. Already got a bunch of stuff. Couldn't be happier about that. I've spent less than $30. Got some good denim, just some good brands, and some hard goods, soft goods. So just really went down the street less than a half a mile. There's another garage sale here. This is a wealthier family. They had a garage sale last year. I bought a few things from them. So let's hope for the best. No dice at that stop, but that's all right. The scene is going to be hot today. It's midsummer. The closer we get to the middle of the summer, or in my area, the hotter it gets. It just seems like garage sales get better. So I'm going to move down the road.
Morning.
Morning. How y'all doing?
Good.
What kind of tree is that?
That's an apricot.
Oh, it's an apricot. Nice. Y'all had a bunch of traffic yet this morning?
Nope, not yet.
Kind of quiet?
It's been kind of odd July.
Yeah, it'll pick up, I'm sure. Probably the heat and the smoke in the air might be part of it. All right, well, thank you much, ma'am. How much you want on that bolo tie right there?
Oh, $1.
$1? I'll give you $1 for it. Let's see if I have another $1 though. I think I got all 20s, unfortunately. Oh, I got one. All right, you're in luck. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Have a great day. You guys have a good one.
Too.
I don't know if I was running footage when I found these, but I got these Spring Step Les Artistes women's shoes for $2. These always sell good for me. They're like a patent handmade shoe. Very designer, very sought after. And then I went ahead and I picked up this little bolo tie. I don't believe it's silver. I thought it was initially, but for $1, it was in pretty clean shape. And I do find a lot of Native American jewelry because I do live in the Southwest. And so I forgot to bring my magnet just to test and see the legitimacy of it, but that's all right. For $1, I'll take my chances. I've been to 4 garage sales total. I've purchased things from 3 of them. I'm still under $30 spent. And so this is a point I keep trying to hit home with people that watch my channel. And that is this, that if you are trying to keep your cost of goods down, or if maybe you're just getting started and you want to keep it on the cheap, one of the best things you could possibly do is to garage sale, yard sale, and estate sale. It is extremely cheap to get started that way. My first year being a full-time reseller online, I broke out at the end of the summer, and so fortunately for me, I was able to get into a lot of really good deals, and I'm sure the power of the good Lord and the universe was on my side because I really needed to break away from the job I was doing, but I just got into a bunch of home runs at garage sales. So if you can learn how to look up the value of an item, that's helpful. Getting to understand the supply and demand will only help to guide you and letting you to know if an item is worth the investment. But the nice part about buying garage sale, yard sale goods is that if you spend and it's not good, you haven't spent that much. So food for thought.
Oh, yeah.
How much you want on the tooled leather belt?
$1.
$1? Okay. And then
You're at $3.
that sounds right to me. How about on your cast iron cross there and some of that decorative cast iron?
I think we had them at $2.
$2 a piece?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna take a couple of those. Run down on what I grabbed because it was busy at that garage sale, so I didn't get great footage, and I apologize for that. Got both of these cast iron crosses, $2 a piece. I do good on cast iron crosses. Don't make me a ton of money, and they don't sell super fast, but anything religious that's sturdy, durable, and especially crosses that are cast iron do awesome for me in my store. And then down here, I paid $1 for this Starbucks cup. I don't generally do Starbucks mugs anymore, but if I can find this type of coffee cup with the lid, I usually will scoop them for the right price. Got me a Jack Daniels tooled leather belt for $1. It almost seems brand new. And then just got me a birdhouse. It was brand new with tags, $2. I'm a birder. I'm a bird nerd. Give me a hard time. This next one I'm mobbing up on, my good friend, fellow reseller, partner in crime, just told me about at the last garage sale. Told me there was a lot of good clothes. So I'm gonna go stake it out, see if I can spend some dollaroonies. All right, so this last haul was just crazy, super aggressive, lots of people in there. This guy was just dumping off all kinds of great stuff for nothing. Sold me this Vortex hat for $1. I got these Vibram 5 fingers. He wanted $10, but I did a bundle deal, so I think it brought the price down to like 5 and some change or somewhere in there. They're new. And then I got one pair of Ariat Real jeans, a pair of Wrangler Retro jeans for women, a couple North Face plush Osito jackets, a denim Levi's. Got me an Aeropostale vest, new with tags, another Osito North Face jacket for women, and then a big score here. I got a Burton snowboard jacket, $40. All right, gonna throw my second haul at you at this garage sale. This garage sale was insane. Got this Calvin Klein jacket here for $2. Got this Marmot, I believe it's a kid's rain jacket. It might be a women's small, but it's still Marmot, and this time of year rain jackets do pretty good for me. And so trying to get to the brand here. There's Marmot, and I got it for a couple bucks. Got another pair of Ariat Real denim jeans. I got a pair when I went in there in the first trip for $2. And then last but not least, got me a nice little piece of artwork from my own pad. Not that I have room for it, but I love Telluride. Telluride's just a few hours from here. It's beautiful. This was a nice registered piece of art. It was $40. Got it for $2. Didn't capture the best footage, but I knew that garage sale had a lot of people at it, and my good friend who had turned me on to the location had told me there was some good stuff there. So I didn't really focus a whole lot on capturing footage, mainly because I knew I could get some deals, and boy did I ever. I spent $50, came away with a handful of good pieces. So I'll definitely do a haul at the end to share some of those pieces with you, since I didn't get great footage. But I'm right down the road now, gonna stop at the next one, see what I can find. It's been a hot morning. My whole house is kind of a man cave, and since I didn't find anything at this garage sale, I decided to lift this for a couple pennies. Couldn't help it. All right, we got another big one going on over here, and it's a madhouse. Gonna try to dance through it. I'll try my best to capture what footage I can, and let's hope again for some deals. All right, bunch of good Carhartts, but they got them priced up there. Like $50. It's on this vintage Kakadu fishing vest. They wanted 5, I offered 3. They're gonna take it. These do sell for about $50. Might take a little while to move though. Grabs, I got an LL Bean jacket. LL Bean outerwear just kills for me, and this is extra large and tall. It has the inner fleece jacket that zips out. It's in really great shape. The gentleman that owned it was a very wealthy man. He took good care of his clothing. He was an outdoorsman. And I also got this Kakadu extra large vintage vest for $3. Good deal here. I think I should get 50-60 bucks out of it minimum. Just got to be patient. And then I don't do a lot of Outback trading. I've sold a few of their pieces, but I couldn't pass on this. It was just a really nice vest, extra large and tall, kind of a brown light beige leather, $5. Garage sales have been good today. It's generally a decent stop for me. This family has several garage sales a year, and I usually buy 1 or 2 pieces from them. Just about a month back, I bought a Sims camo jacket, and I just sold that this past week, I believe, for like $50. So I'm gonna go ahead and dance through here, see if I can find something to invest my dollaroonies into. Spent $15 on 4 different pieces. I got this kid's North Face fleece jacket, pretty nice shape. Got me a Jumpman medium hoodie, it's adult. Now this is a kid's large, but it is a satin snap. I only paid like $3 for this. It's in great shape, other than having the name written on the tag. And then this one here, I wanted to look up because he wanted $7 for it, but I ended up just telling him I'd give him $15 for all 4 pieces. So yeah, that's it. This is a yoga fleece jacket. Not real familiar with it, but weird Nike stuff like that sometimes sells, and yoga's popular. So yeah, packed in. It's just been madness. Now, I do apologize. I've kind of looked back at some of my footage in the last 5 minutes, and I just haven't captured a lot of the deals. And some of that's just been, today's been a busy day. We're at the peak of the garage sale season where I live. It's Saturday. That makes it busier. So my apologies, but today, like I said, has just been fabulous. So if you're following along, you have hopefully seen some of the things I have found. And if you've made it this far, hit that like button for me. All right, if you didn't know, the drummer of Def Leppard only has one arm. The 3 in a row and just really haven't bought much, but they've been smaller garage sales. However, despite it being late morning, I am finding literally 2 to 3 garage sale boxes every block I'm driving down. I'm getting pretty low on money. That's all right. I do try to budget myself to a spending allotment every day, but I do create a larger amount to spend on the weekends, and especially during garage sale season, because that is where I source the majority of my items for a good part of the year. So I'm gonna go ahead and race in here. My buddy just showed up. I've been tailing behind him. Let's see if we can find something.
It's a little small for you, don't you?
No, but I can find some gal across the country and pay me a premium for it.
So a plethora of garage sales, yard sales, and even a couple moving sales and estate sales today. But things have been slowing down in the past hour. I've still been finding garage sales, but the quality of what I'm finding has not been that great. So decided, after what I've spent today and all the items I've bought, that I just move down the road and start working my way back towards my house. But fortunately for me, our local flea market is only about 2 miles from where I live. So I decided to stop in here. My dad, who is the OG reseller who flips tools and power equipment and antiques, comes to our local flea market every morning at the crack of dawn. He perouses it around, and he did tell me there was some good stuff to come look at. Unfortunately for me though, coming to the flea market and breaking my normal trolling loop from where I like to do my garage sales tends to take a lot of time. So I generally will just come and hit the flea market towards the end of my day. And what I do find regardless is that flea markets are cool. You can find a lot of stuff in one small concentrated area, but most of these fleas out here selling, they know what their junk's worth. So I do have to pay up or have to barter a little bit harder, but I still find some cool stuff. And if anything, I get to see a lot of my friends. So let's go hammer this down. Hey brother, what you got on your kid's sweater?
That's over $2.
What you guys got on your golf polo here?
I'm 10.
$10, okay. All right, down here at my local flea market, I haven't found too much today, but I found a cool cat who's from California. He's kind of new to the area. He's a clothing reseller. He has a lot of great brands. I won't be buying nothing from him today because he's got a lot of this stuff priced at a good competitive price, and so there's not a lot of meat on the bone for someone like me, but we exchanged numbers. I shared with him my YouTube channel. I shared with him my store on eBay, and I wish him nothing but the best of luck. So I hit my flea market pretty hard, visited with some friends, made a new friend, but all I came off with was this Wrangler Retro women's quarter zip. It is in that Aztec Southwestern design, and it is a 2XL, and I only gave a few dollars for it. Unfortunately though, I had made a deal with a woman to probably buy some UGG sandals and possibly a pair of boots, and I told her I'd be back, and I walked up the flea market, came back down, and she had peeled out. So unfortunately I missed a deal, and I hate to miss any deal on Uggs because, man, Uggs is a solid brand. So don't sleep on Uggs, and if you see it, grab it, walk away with it, don't wait on it. Live and learn. Well, flea market was definitely kind of a bust, but getting there later in the morning, that's generally the case. However, I did meet a really cool individual, a gentleman from Southern California who's relocated out this way to Pagosa Springs, Colorado, which is just a few hours away from where I live. He had a very nice clothing setup. He had all the clothes tagged with prices, and many of the prices were good and competitive, probably a little bit high for this market down here, but I gave him encouragement to take his setup and focus on the Colorado flea market, because the Colorado flea market just an hour away draws a whole different demographic of people that are willing to pay up for better brands. And so I just enjoyed looking over what he had. He had a ton of Wrangler pearl snaps that were very nice. He had a lot of cool
pants as well as flannels, and just a lot of really great brands. And he had them priced at a really great price, just not for my market, but we had a good discussion about that, and he did say he was trying to get a feel for this market. So I want to wish that guy the best of luck. It was nice to meet him. Jericho, pour your heart into your eBay store. I think it'll help you, and it'll help offset what you're not making locally. So all that being said, I'm getting pretty tuckered out. I've been hitting it for about 5 hours. I don't think I've spent more than $100, and I filled my car up today. I got some hard goods, I got some soft goods, I got some stuff for myself. I even got a pair of curtains for my windows. That's the crazy thing about reselling that I love, though, is that I can often find things I need for a huge discounted price, and I'm not too proud to buy something that's maybe been lightly used, or maybe something new that was purchased and never used. So get out there, hit those garage sales. I really mean it. There's a lot of money to be made in the garage sale season, and if you live in an area where the weather is hospitable year-round, you can literally do garage sales sometimes year-round. So take advantage of that. I'm somebody that resells in a smaller market, so I really have to switch it up in the winter months, and I have mentioned this in past videos. It can be really hard to source good quality items for me right after the Christmas holiday. There's a good period of about 3 to 4 months that I kind of struggle, and I definitely have to pay thrift store costs. But the more I source during the summer, in the summer months at garage sales and estate sales, the less I have to spend when it comes winter. So that's part of my metric. If you're new to reselling, I want to encourage you to be thinking about a business model, some type of business metric. And even if you scribble it out on a napkin, that's a game plan, that's a blueprint, and that's part of what I didn't do that I want to share with you, so that hopefully your endeavor is more successful than mine. So I'm getting back to my house right now. I'm definitely going to shut it down for the day.
All right, friends, took me a little while, but I went ahead and splayed it out over 50 different items I purchased today. Today was an incredible day out there sourcing out on safari for me. I think I only spent right around $105 to $110. This by far was probably one of my most successful days out sourcing in the last several years, especially since I've been a full-time reseller, and all of these items are brands I'm comfortable with reselling. I know that they'll sell. Got a lot of denim, got a lot of jackets to add to my winter death pile, a few pairs of shoes, and the beautiful part in all of this is that I bought a Burton snowboard jacket down here in the corner, and it and another pair of spring step shoes, once they are sold, will pay for all of the rest of this. So that's one way to think about it. I'm gonna jump off this stool and share with you everything. I'm gonna go through it kind of quickly and not try to drag this out. As always, I'll share with you what I paid for the item, the brand, the material, give you a little insight to how I title the item or give it a description, and we'll go from there. I got a long way to go and a short time to get there, so I'm going to try to hustle through this haul fast. I paid $3.12 for this Calvin Klein women's winter jacket. This guy here I bought as part of a lot. I paid $50 for 16 items at that moving sale, and I was able to buy into each of those items for $3.12. Got a lot of good winter items. Right below it here is a Levi's jacket. It's Sherpa lined. I also bought this at that same sale. Buying cost of $3.12 is not a bad price to pay for a jacket that I believe I could probably sell for probably 40 to 50 bucks. And I've sold several of these in the past in different colors. I've sold a black one. They've always moved well for me in the fall and winter months. I'll use keywords like Levi's original, red tab, Sherpa line, and again, that'll just shine more of a spotlight and get this item sold for me. Now I'm moving down the row, and I'm kind of moving fast because again, there's a lot of these, and I'm trying to wind this guy down so I can get some food in me and get some rest. This North Face is a zip-up Osito women's plush jacket. I've sold several of these in the past. Generally, I've sold them for right around $25 to $30. This one has that cheetah print though, so I may be able to get a little bit more out of it. That's a little more rare. Sold several of these, but I've never seen that print, so hopefully I might be able to draw a little bit more out of it. Pay $3.12 for this at the moving sale. Now, this is probably one of the best scores of the day. This was a Patagonia half zip knit women's pullover. I paid 50 cents for it. It's in great condition. Probably could get 35 bucks for it, maybe even 40 for it. These sell really good. It's a very common color and it's a decent size, but it should move no problem. I've sold a lot of these in the past, and so I'm happy to move it. Love Patagonia. It's a strong seller, and I come across a lot of it in the winter months. And again, another North Face Osito plush. I bought this at the same sale I bought the other one at. $3.12 buy-in cost. The blue, I don't know if it'll sell as good, being it's a woman's jacket, but what the heck, for that price, it's North Face, it's plush, and I've had experience selling it. Now, again, North Face, you can see a pattern developing here. I buy a lot of Gorp and sell a lot of Gorp, but I do that more in the winter months. In the summer, I just pick up what I can for what I like to pay, and that's very little. And today I picked this sweater up for 50 cents. I was hoping it was a medium to large so I could squeeze in it because I have a nice North Face collection of my own, but it is an adult small, so I'll try to move this guy for, I don't know, 20 bucks or somewhere in there, maybe a little less, maybe a little bit more. North Face, you have to be very careful with, though. It's a super popular brand, but it's become somewhat saturated. There are some things North Face that I just won't buy, but I still love their jackets, their hiking pants, their outerwear does good for me, and I love vintage North Face, but that stuff's kind of hard to find. So moving right along here, this too is a North Face boys jacket. I'll kind of come down here at an angle. I bought this lotted up, and I forget originally what I paid for it, but I bought 4 items for $15. So that doesn't put me too bad off. I think it puts me at 4 and some change. Don't quote me on that math. I'm a little bit tired, but it caught my eye because it's kind of original. It's a little bit different, and I pass on a lot of North Face jackets like this for men because they're very saturated. But when it comes to kids, if they're kind of different looking like this one is, they'll generally sell pretty quick and you can get pretty decent money. This guy here, I'll probably just get mid-20s for it. I'll be happy to move it. I'll use keywords in the description like camping, hiking, Gorp, Gorp core, fleece, warm, dry, packable, and those are some good outdoor terminologies just to put in there to shine that light and help market your item better. So I picked this guy up, very last buy of the day. This was a Wrangler Retro half zip. It's fleece, it's got a beautiful pattern. I love doing business with several people out at the flea market, and I bought this from just a sweetheart of an individual, a woman who I've done business with in the past. It's not gonna make me a whole lot of money. I will stash this in the winter death pile. It'll get me maybe in the mid-20s hopefully, and I'll use keywords like Aztec print, Southwest, Choctaw, Native, Tribal, Cowboy, Western, Cowgirl, Rodeo, Church, Travel, Vacation, blah, 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 blah. You get it. You get where I'm coming from. Just be descriptive. Use your imagination. Now, this piece down here, I got to squeeze in. This is an odd one. This is a Nike Yoga half zip jacket, and it looked very strange, very futuristic, and I've done good with weird Nike stuff, and yoga only has a growing following in the day and age we're living in, and so I just felt like it was a good piece to pick up. This was one of those items that initially I think the guy wanted $7 for, but I bundled 4 items, I believe, and so I think I got this for like 4 and some change, brought that cost down drastically. I have no clue what this is worth, but Nike stuff that's kind of futuristic, funky, or maybe popular with weird sports does well for me, so keep an eye out for that. I'll put in there definitely that it's kind of Sherpa, that it's fleece, that it's oversized, and again, just do it. Use those logos. So this guy right here, I bought at a very busy garage sale today, and today wasn't my best day capturing footage. I was at several crazy busy garage sales that had a lot of stuff, and when that's the case, I have to put my filming to the back burner and focus on... All right, sorry about that. I actually cut footage. Didn't mean to do that. This is an LL Bean fleece-lined outer shell dual jacket. It's got the inner fleece jacket and the outer shell. You can unzip. It makes into 2 jackets. I was able to bundle this. The lady wanted $15 initially. I think I got her down to $7 or maybe $5. I'm sorry, I bought 50 items today, so I'm having a hard time remembering my buy-in costs on everything. But nonetheless, LL Bean does good for me, especially outerwear. But what made this jacket special is it's extra large and tall, so I will simply stash this in my winter death pile. Not sure what this guy will bring me. I'm gonna do some research on it. I believe it's like Y2K, just barely vintage, 20, 25 years old, but it is incredibly clean, and it was bought from somebody that really took care of their stuff. So right above it is a Kakadu fishing vest, and it's vintage. I only gave $3 for it. This guy, I was able to price very low. I believe they offered $5 and I got her down to the $3 mark. I was glad to get that because I think I can sell this for 50 to 70 bucks. It is a plus size, it's very clean, and it is vintage. They're not extremely in demand, but people like this stuff. It's well quality made. And right above it, what I got is a Outback Trading extra large and tall vest. I also purchased this at the same sale. I think initially they had offered like 12 or 15, ended up getting it for $5. Don't know how I worked that magic, but I guess just being good at bundling and friendly, that always helps. But I don't know what it's worth. I believe I could probably sell it off the top of my head for at least $30 to $40. That might be up there. Outback Trading, I've sold in the past. Not my favorite brand, but it was extra large and tall. It was nice, it was big, and it looked like a good item to add to my winter death pile. So right next to it, I'll zoom in here a little bit closer. Got this Coach piece. I think it was at the first sale of the day or one of the first few garage sales I hit. They wanted $5. I would have been happy to pay that, but I actually got it for $3. So that's a score. And I was also able to get these 3 Stanley pieces, and I think the whole total price on them was like $7 or $8, and I got them for $4 or $5 because I bundled them. This lower cup is a Starbucks cup. I believe I got a little content about it. I don't buy a lot of Starbucks anymore, but if you can buy the taller cups like this and they have the lid, it's probably worth it if you can get them for $1 or $2. There's not a lot of money to be made, but they're an easy list and they'll generally sell for me. Starbucks is popular, and these are expensive, brand new. All right, another great scoop here. I've never sold any North Face boots. I'm not real crazy about their footwear, but these were $10 and I got them for $7. They're actually very nice. They have kind of an oil leather look to them, both in good condition. Actually still had the box, but I won't include the box in the sale just because of shipping and the size, but happy to pay $7. They may take a while to sell. I'm hoping I could probably get maybe 30, 40 bucks, maybe even a little bit more. Moving down the row, I picked these Wrangler bootcut women's thick stitch jeans at the moving sale for $3.12, just a bread and butter item. And then the better buy-in was these 2 pair of Ariat real denim thick stitch jeans. These will sell for better money. I can get probably close to 30 bucks, maybe even a little bit more for these. Tag on some shipping. Ariat is one of the best sellers in my store. That and Carhartt, I always say, is what helps pay my bills. So moving down the road, just another solid seller. This is a pretty common, more modern Jumpman Jordan hoodie, but I picked it up for I think $4 and some change. I believe it was part of a bundle deal. I can't remember off the top of my head, but I should be able to get 20 bucks for this, and it's just bread and butter. Jordan always moves for me. I've never had a problem moving Jordan. Now down here is a pair of Vans fleece joggers. I bought these to resell initially because when I looked at the size tag, they were a small. I paid $3.12 at the moving sale for them, but when I got home and I looked them over, I decided to keep them. They were actually long enough to fit my long legs, and so I love to source good name brands for less, and that's the beauty of what I do. And again, I'm not too proud to keep something and wear it for myself as long as it's in decent condition. So this vest I sourced at the moving sale, $3.12 buying cost. This is an Aeropostale women's puffer vest. I'm not big on that brand, but it's brand new with the tags. Not sure what I'll get out of it. Maybe 20 bucks, maybe a little bit more. Just an easy list. I like vests. They're quick. A lot of clothing can be slow and cumbersome, but vests for me are fast, and I tend to sell vests pretty easily. So glad for that. Down here, I got a Vortex hat. I also bought this at the moving sale, $3.12 buying cost. It is brand new with the tags. The tag on it's $24.95 retail. I probably won't get that, but I bet I can get 20 something for it. And Vortex is a great hunting brand. I'll use keywords like camouflage, trophy hunting, elk hunting, deer hunting, quality optics, outdoors, camping, hiking, all of those things that an outdoorsman would recognize and know. All right, let me move this guy out of the way for you. I picked up these 2 pair of Quicksilver hybrid shorts at a garage sale in the early part of this morning. They were $1 a piece. I do good on swimming trunks, or at least I have this year, if they're a good brand. I was glad to pay just $1 for them. I'll probably only get about 15 to 18 bucks a piece for them, if that, maybe a little bit less, but they're quick and easy to list. But one of the great finds of the day at that garage sale was I picked up all these Lucky brand men's jeans in great sizes. They're all in the low 30s. Some of them have longer inseam. I believe 3 pair are dark wash, and then 2 pair are the lighter wash. I do great on Lucky brand jeans, and they sell for me well. They generally will sell for anywhere from about $22 to $30, depending on the size, condition, and color or wash. So I was happy to scoop those up. Very good buying cost. I'm gonna move up here a little bit north and share with you just a few things that I didn't pay much for. Now, this is just a birdhouse. I'm a bird nerd. I got the bird feeders and hummingbirds coming into my yard. My grandma was big into watching birds, and so she's no longer with me, but I carry on that tradition, and by doing that, she lives on forever. And I encourage anybody out there that's missing somebody dear to them, somebody that inspired them, to do the same thing. If you honor people by living through the things they love, they live on, trust me. So get off my soapbox there. I bought these Weeder push-up handles for myself, just $1. I'll get off that. Bread and butter for me. My best-selling sandal in my store is Chaco. Next to that, I sell a lot of Vionic sandals and some Doc Martin sandals. These I paid $2 for. I will do free shipping on them, and I'll probably only make 20, 25 bucks off of them, maybe even a little less than that, because these are a little bit dirty. But a bread and butter seller for me in the summertime. I will use keywords like strappy, rubber, waterproof, non-slip, gorp, hiking, trail, through hiking, lightweight, durable, original, and outdoors, if I didn't already say that. So this has become one of my favorite brands to resell when I can find it. These are spring step shoes. They're like a very designer leather. They're very artistic. I never have a problem selling them. Generally, I can pick them up for cheap. A lot of people will get rid of them for nothing, and I can always sell these for usually around 38 to sometimes 80 bucks, depending on what they look like, condition, and size. So don't sleep on spring step. They're very artistic, they're very decorative, and they're very high quality leather. But this is from the Les Artistes line, and that is the line you want to look for. That's the line I do the best on. So last pair of shoes I'll share with you. I'm getting there. This one's dragging. Sorry, I got a lot to share with you today. I got these 5 fingers at the moving sale. Initially, the gentleman wanted $10 for them, but he did tell me if we would bundle some items, he'd work me a deal. He definitely worked me 2 different deals. So I paid $50 for all the items. Again, $3.12 buying cost. These are brand new. I sell these beat up for often $25 to $40. So I'm not sure what I'll get for these bad boys, because they are brand new and I got the box to go with them, and that helps. Top of my head, 70, 80 bucks. That might be reaching. Maybe I'm a little bit undershooting that, but 5 finger sandals, shoes, whatever you want to call them, they sell, even beat up. So lift them if you can find them, and usually you can find them for pretty cheap at thrift stores as well as garage sales. So moving down the line here, getting into some more of the winter wear that I'll stash. Just an Eddie Bauer down-filled jacket. I typically don't touch much Eddie Bauer unless it's vintage or unless it's down-filled. They do have some decent lines, but it's just not my favorite brand. I would prefer an LL Bean or move up to like North Face, Patagonia, those upper tier brands, but it's down. I probably should be able to get $35 to $45 for it. I'll use keywords like packable, lightweight, goose down, down-filled, puffer, and all of those terms will just help move it. I like selling gorp or outdoor adventure apparel. It's actually one of the things I love to sell most. And here's another one of those pieces. This is an outdoor Marmot rain jacket. Picked this up for $3.12. It's actually a little bit beat up. I think I should be able to get 25 to 30 bucks for it. It's a women's small, so it's not the greatest color for women, but it'll still sell. I do good on Marmot outerwear. Shout out to Marmot. They came from Colorado, and I love the state of Colorado. So I picked this satin snap kids jacket up. I thought the guy was going to want a lot more for it. Initially, he quoted me $3. I ended up bundling some stuff, which put the cost at $4, but it actually saved me some money on several other items, and I was good with that. Lakers are a hot team, and so if you're going to buy sports apparel, make sure it's a good brand, a brand like Nike or a known brand, but also Buy into brands that are having success. If you buy a snoozer team or a team that's not had any success in years, they probably don't have a good fan base and you're probably not going to move it. So just pay attention to what you're paying for and the brands and the teams you buy. Okay, so this is probably the best buy of the day. And I'm not sure what I'll get for this, but this is a Burton women's snowboard jacket. It's camo, it's satin lined, and it's Burton. And Burton is money. It's about the best you could possibly buy for snowboard jackets. I know there's better out there, but Burton's just hallmark. It's original, it's classic, it's been around for years, it's tested, it's tried and true. And so I probably could sell this guy for $70 to $100. That's just off the top of my head. Probably even possibly a little bit more. The cool part about today is finding this and only paying $3.12 for it means that once I sell this and possibly maybe those spring step leather shoes, that will pay for all of the other items I bought today. So that's just another way to think about it, but definitely glad to find this. Definitely probably the best buy of the day. So I'm winding it down. Thanks for following. If you've made it this far, tickle that like button for me. I appreciate it. I only got a handful of items left. This is a Carhartt hat. It's just the original Carhartt canvas brown. Paid 25 cents for it. Carhartt's my babe. I can't let her go. I gotta pick it up when I find it for cheap, and I had to pass on a few jackets today, so at least I found this guy. But it will probably not sell for much because there's a lot of them out there, probably $12 to $15, but again, it's my most solid seller. Now you're also seeing a couple cast iron decorative crosses. I do really well with hanging or freestanding cast iron crosses. I don't do as well with other materials that are in the religious cross decorative field, if you want to call it that, but I do really good with hanging and standing cast iron crosses, and typically they'll sell for 15 to 25 bucks. I only paid $2 a piece for each of these. That's a great buying cost. I will tack on a lot of shipping because these are heavy, so that's food for thought. You don't want to be going light on your shipping on an item that's heavy, but I just like cast iron too. The weight of it feels heavy, it feels real, and you know that the person's getting something that'll last. And so winding it down here, just got a couple belts to share with you. This is an Amish leather company belt. I believe I'm saying that right. Picked this up at the moving sale for $3.12. Have to do a little bit of research on it. It is a good quality brand and company. I don't know if it's going to move real fast because it's a big size, but for the price and the quality and it being a handcrafted company and Amish, yeah, I figured I'd take a swing at it, and I think I could probably sell it for 25, 30 bucks. Belts are easy to list. And so I got one more belt to share with you. This is a tooled leather belt. It's Jack Daniels, again, a brand everybody recognizes. This guy never looks like it was even worn, and I only paid $1 for it. So not sure what I'll get out of it. I think I can get some good money back. I don't know, 30 bucks, maybe even more. I'll have to look into it. Might be worth less. Just a popular brand, easy to keyword, recognizable, and that's often what I'm going for. And so now I don't want to snooze you. I just bought a couple signs for myself, a little bit of artwork, and I even got 2 Better Homes and Gardens curtain panels for one of the rooms in my house for just a couple bucks, and I'm happy with that because they're about 20 bucks a piece at Walmart. So as you can see, people, today was incredible. If you're not doing yard sales, you should be. The big reason I love sharing with you what I find, especially during the yard sale season, is because I can share with you the incredible discounts I get, especially if you're using the art of the deal, or you're smart about bundling or bartering, or just asking for a slightly lesser price. It doesn't have to be much. But remember, you get what you settle for in this world. So thanks again, friends. Please follow along. If you've seen me pass by something worth a ton of money, let me know. Give me a hard time. Until next time, friends, if you like this video, please hit like, make a comment, or please subscribe. I'm out.